Homebuilder is driving new home sales. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I thought we'd have a look at this media release from the Honourable Michael Sukkar, MP, regarding Homebuilder and how it's driving new home sales and apparently protecting tradies' jobs. Now we've seen building approvals have spiked. You can see here dwelling approvals rose, and so did private sector houses. So, yeah, are these new sales, a sign that Homebuilder is doing what they want it to do? And will it be sustainable for the long term, or is it just a short-term jump? So, new home sales data from the Housing Industry Association confirms, once again, that the Morrison government's Homebuilder program is protecting tradies' jobs. Now, I know you'll see a lot of lefties are quite critical. A lot of socialists want public housing, because they want you. They suspect that, it sounds nicer, it's better. But in all seriousness, you got to understand, for every bit of money they give out here, for every 25 grand you get for Homebuilder, there's much more bang for their buck. So, say, I want to do my renovation here and I get the Homebuilder scheme. I need to spend a minimum of $150,000 for the 25 grand the government gets me. So for their $25,000 in essentially tax they're paying me back, that I'll have to pay in the future anyway, one way or another, we all do. But they're getting another $150,000 minimum on top of that activity in the economy. Now, for public housing, if they invested $25,000, they'd just get that $25,000 impact on the economy. So that's the basis behind it. So when the people are crying, pools for the rich, extensions for the privileged, you got to understand they don't give a damn who the money's going to. They just want that economic activity. They just want that activity because that's what they're worried about. We have a neighbor who she can't save for the life of her. She's not a saver. But, they would love her because, super out. Spend on the house. Spend on this. Spend on that. There you go. So she's happy we're looking at renovating because it'll up the value of the house. We got the worst house in the street, guys. Anyway, in the 3 months to August, new home sales have risen 61.3% compared to the previous quarter, where confidence in the market had dropped sharply due to the pandemic, and new home sales reached the lowest level on record. HIA chief economist Tim Reardon said the data confirmed Homebuilder was protecting jobs in the December 2020 quarter. The improvement in the number of new home sales over the most recent 3 months will see a lift in the number of homes under construction in the December quarter compared to what would have been the case without Homebuilder. Without intervention, a significant contraction of work on the ground would have occurred in the second half of 2020, which meant up to 500,000 jobs were at risk. If the momentum from Homebuilder is maintained, more slabs will be poured before the end of the year, which will create significant employment opportunities across the economy and not just in the home builder sector. So this is where the HIA are discussing the flow-on effects of the home builder, because, well, all the tradies, all the people that are working, they'll need to buy their meat pies from the smoko van. They'll need to do up their utes and get their wheels lowered and all that. I mean, I'm being very stereotypical there, but you know what I mean, guys. These results again confirm that by giving Australians the confidence and support to enter the new home market or make it more affordable to add to their existing home, Homebuilder is protecting and creating more jobs across the country, across the construction industry at a time when the economy needs it most. Today's results follow Australian Bureau of Statistics July 2020 data, which shows the number of dwelling finance commitments for owner-occupiers, excluding refinancing, rose by 9.7%. The strongest monthly growth since January 2009, and the largest month-on-month rise in the history of the series. Building approvals rose 12% to be 6.3% higher than a year ago, well above market expectations. With every new home sale, new finance commitment, and new building approval, we are keeping the pipeline of construction flowing, which protects tradies' jobs. Homebuilder has helped turn around an industry impacted heavily by the pandemic, described by Master Builders Australia's CEO, Danita Warm, in May as an industry facing a valley of death. Industry experts have consistently said that Homebuilder will unlock between $10 billion and $15 billion of investment in the residential construction industry as we move forward through the pandemic. The Morrison government is committed to delivering practical and successful measures to support a vital construction sector which employs over 1 million Australians. And if we can have a look here, we can see the increase. So Australia's new home sales rose 3.9% from a month earlier in August 2020, rebounding from a 10.9% fall in the previous month. Data from the Housing Industry Association showed home sales in New South Wales jumped by 11.7% for the month, and in Western Australia increased by 11.4% due to a combination of state and Australian government programs and pent-up demand for housing. On the other hand, sales in Victoria slumped 14.4% as the restrictions on travel and trade due to the resurgence of pandemic cases impacted sales. So you can see here, it's gone from 5,772 up to 5,978. And the expectation, the trading economics forecast was, well, last month in July, the data was, they expected a 60% previous, and it actually was negative 10.9. Now they expected negative 3.5, and it was actually a 3.6 increase. So they are way off the mark in new home sales here. They're just beating market expectations. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a rebound in construction that's manifested in building approvals. What do you think, everyone? Those of you in the construction game. I mean, I've been worried about doing our renovation work because of the trading while insolvent issues. But we're probably going to have to move ahead with it anyway, because the house has moved. We've had some, it's getting noticeable now, some structural movement at the front of the house, which means that it's forced us to really tighten our planning. Rachel's working on that right now. We need to get the structural engineering sorted, and then we'll have to start moving. And I'll start painting the existing house on the outside and then demolishing parts of the building that, well, probably disassembling because we want to keep it. But I'll demolishing, parts of the building we won't use. I want to reuse the timber. I mean, what we're doing, we're raising a Queenslander. I'll probably do a video on it once we get the drawings sorted. We're raising a Queenslander, moving it on the site and rotating it, and then putting a slab underneath it and an internal staircase. And then that's our first stage. That's all we want to do. Just raise, move, and slab. And then we're going to own a build all the bit underneath, all the walls, because we'll get, the cross bracing put in and design around that. And then the next stage, when we need it, is we'll extend the slab down and extend upstairs until we get the double garage, we'll get the big kitchen, the big deck, and the master bedroom and ensuite. Those are luxuries. Those are luxuries. The bigger kitchen, the bigger garage, the, master bedroom with a walk-in robe and an ensuite. I consider those luxuries. We can do without those until we need it, but we need the other bedrooms because the kids are going to be teenagers soon. So that's the strategy, how we're doing. We're literally dividing our house in half so we can have the, extend it in that way. So I might take advantage of Homebuilder if I can. I mean, I'd be stupid not to. But I also want to make sure that the builder I'm engaging or the trades I'm engaging are not trading while insolvent. And that's going to be the challenge. Right now, I'm thinking the best I can do is to contact their accountant and get a letter or something that I can use to go the accountant for liability if, all of that is money you got to throw at lawyers, but at least then there's another person you can go at, or at least some more evidence. If they can't give that to you, what does that scream for confidence? What do you think? Anyway, guys, are you in the game? Are you seeing work increasing? Have you got construction work that your projects that you're pulling forward? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and work on your projects. I'll see you next time.